to an animal win, and that's what they've been doing today.
Well, as we head into our first set of the day, Teddy, I've got to ask you the question as we wave goodbye to Trav temporarily. 77% of those voting on event.brawlstars.com feel as though Reply Totem have got the edge on this one to 23% of FUT. Now, Reply Totem, yes, are appearing in their third grand finals and FUT are appearing in their first, but that feels a little bit one-sided to me. What about you?
Oh, absolutely. So I think it's much closer than that. And honestly, I would say FUT might be a very slight favorite, just, looking at both teams' performance in the last month or two. I mean, SK not qualifying for SPS and all that, and struggling a little bit in this monthly qualifier too. I think it's a very, very even matchup. Very hard to tell them apart. But our draft is just blazing through as Crow was the first pick, and then we saw, I believe, a Squeak, as well as a Tara for FUT, now a Primo and a Max coming through for Reply Totem, and I don't think we'll have time to reach for our bans arc.
Yeah, it seems like both sides know what they want here. But I do worry because every time I see Reply Totem combining the Primo with the Max, that more often than not spells disaster. They got the Crow as well, so that's escaped through the bans. A Surge coming in for FUT, a Brawler which, again, has dropped off a little bit. Sorry, I just got to point out the almost way that we've lined up the webcams here of Maori's head in the FUT jersey. We let into it as well. We almost got a little screenshot there that may have been definitely one for the social medias. For me, I mean, Surge escapes through the draft a lot, but I feel can work very, very nicely on Pinball Dreams. I mean, especially as, if you've got Super going up against those sideline walls, your opposition has to retreat. The support from the Tara can definitely come in from that side of things as well and just force back your opposition. Or the vision, depends how you want to throw it. But I do worry, as Reply Totem getting their hands on Primo, and those early sprays from Joker, yeah, that's value right there. Despite that, FUT are pushing forwards.
Yeah, they're closing the gap very nicely, and that was a very hurtful shot from Drage, as they were all stacked up there as well, getting that extra damage from the star power. And Maori, Joker, both low HP. Lena chasing down Joker. Maori in a troublesome position, and this could be an early goal, but the defense is there, and somehow Reply Totem, they're able to fend off, have all three players survive, and this might even be a free goal. They don't quite get the ball in time. A bit of a messy fight there, but that was close. Oh my goodness, Joker, can you believe it?
Absolutely disgusting. I mean, Joker made up for it. I mean, I was going to say prior to that, Reply Totem never miss those moments, and it looks like they can finalize things up right now. Lena with no super, no utility, can't do anything to defend.
I want to watch that again. I want to watch that again at the end of the set, because that was quite something there from Joker. A bit of a mistake from Maru, but again, showing that all three players are totally capable of hard carrying when they need to, and that's something that not all teams can say. Let's find out as Samantha gets a big kill there onto Joker as he was starting to heal back up. Maru should be killable as well. Actually, Maru will take him down, but Rage was a bit of a trick shot, is gonna shoot it straight into Joker. So the push not really gonna be resulting in anything just yet for FUT. Although Lena is able to survive and start building up a little bit of control again as Semantic is spawning in once more.
I can understand it. I mean, at the moment there, the down was low, but I feel like at those times you've got to kind of like try and get a pass, try and score it, but tough one to call. Semantic trying to survive on here and doing pretty well. Goes down now eventually with the help of Joker. Biggs jump in there as well though and finds it. Oh, and stops it, but Maori's going to be the last man standing. He will secure it as well. 1 minute 25 seconds for FUT to get a response, and I feel like this set is waving us by, and FUT have not got a bad comp to go up against it. I'm surprised they haven't really got much on the board yet so far.
They've had great pushes. It's just not able to score just yet, and somehow Totem, they get terrible pushes and they still manage to score. This time around though, surely this one is going in, right? Yeah, all right. That's gonna be the goal for FUT, and I feel like with the amount of pushes they've had, it's kind of crazy that this is the first time they actually managed to score with one.
Well, that was a bit scary for me. Everyone's slowed up as well on the side of FUT, and Reply Totem just absolutely threw everything they had at that one. Great slow there from Maori, but now FUT can start to recover from this, heal up from this. Lanan supers to the left-hand side. Joker's weak now on the left-hand side. Big taps from Semantic on the right-hand side. I mean, this is looking like a pretty solid defense, but now the speed now from Joker to keep the pressure on. They get one person down on the side of FUT. It could smell disaster, but Maori being very, very patient. Still there, not to be forgotten about that left-hand side. The trade is there. 2 versus 2 now as we approach the 10-second mark.
Yeah, overtime gonna be coming up. No unbreakable walls either, so it's gonna be wide open. Maori gets pulled, but plays around the wall really nicely. Joker not quite as fortunate though. Maori is low HP, is able to still get that one kill. Nevertheless, Maori left in a 1v2. Joker does respawn. Rage going for the charge shot.
Oh!
Maori doesn't catch it in.
The icest shot. I mean, to find that space. Not an easy one at all to do, but does it nonetheless, and then just brushes it off like it's nothing. Maori's slowed up big time on the right, and Semantic, yeah, gets quickly off to that start with the stacks. But Joker's just triple tasking here, going between Lanundrage and Semantic and just landing every single one. Brings in the speed like it's, again, nothing. I mean, the level of this play is unbelievable.
It certainly is. A bit of a push coming through though for FUT Esports as Maru goes down at 3-on-2 with 2 low HP players as well for Reply Totem. Joker gets a hold of the ball. Oh! Joker gets a double kill there as well. And somehow the defense stands. Unbelievable defense from Joker, and Reply Totem not out just yet. Maru maybe even was an opportunity to score here if he can get the self pass. Instead he's just going to go for safe damage onto Semantic. He's able to take him down, and Reply Totem not in a half bad situation here.
Without doubt, one of the best defensive measures I've seen all year long, but it might not be enough. Still Semantic. Oh, he missed it! Fumbles it! Joker gets the goal! He finds the foot for it! And a bit of a miss, in all honesty. FUT should have had that. They probably thought they did. 1 goal up now for Reply Totem. With the 1 minute mark fast approaching. Huge slow there from Maru. The jump in from Maru is good, but taken care of now. That is the saving grace for FUT. Now the 3 versus 2, they've got a bit of time, but they've got to turn up the heat very, very quickly.
You're absolutely right, Art. They do need to find something here. Maru has super as well, so he can just play it safe on the right-hand side, play defensively. He does take a big chunk of damage there, needs to be careful. Is 1 shot now as well. Eventually goes for the squeak. The fire will get that kill, but Semantic with super might have a chance to score, and he'll do exactly that. A bit too aggressive then there for Reply Totem. Too aggressive. And FUT Esports make sure to punish them. Joker gets instantly melted by Semantic, and what looked like an incredible set for Reply Totem might suddenly become FUT Esports'.
No, I'm not supering though. It's not going to break anything open. The pass to Semantic is good, but the shielding is going to help him stay alive. He gets the kill, but can he finish it? No. Super to the right-hand side. Joker's going to be putting it into the pockets, and FUT missed a valuable opportunity. Surely now they can't get the ball out. It's going to go to overtime, and that's dangerous. They should have been tied up there.
Yeah, that was a free goal. That was a big mix-up there for Semantic. Not something that you typically see happening to him too often. Some nice value from Drage was that super. Semantic is still on stage 4, so he's going to be massively outranging everyone. Can Reply Totem defend off? This is a bit of a problem here. Maori taking a good bit of damage there as well. Is still able to find a kill. Semantic is low, goes down as well. There's still time there, maybe for Joker even to make a play. Speed is going to be popped. Maru is going to be low HP, ends up going down. Joker was a pass to Maru. Maru was a shot, but Lana catches it midair. And somehow FUT Esports now was a push of their own, a 3 versus 2, and Semantic has super as well. He's gonna slot that one into the left corner, and
you're gonna have some mistakes, and to throw in the mix as well. But signs of nerves a little bit. It's their first monthly final, grand final of the year. So going into Dueling Beetles, though, they got to put those nerves aside a little bit because Reply Totem will be responding in kind. A map which is notoriously difficult to take control and maintain control. Cordelius band, ? Not there. That's surprising. First pick is Stu from Reply Totem, but the bans were Crow, Poco, and Artie. Crow, Squeak, and Shirley for FUT. I mean, surely Cordelius mid here is going to have a whale of a time.
It's a very possible pick. It's a very possible pick. It can be really dangerous here. I really hope they pick it, actually, because I really want to see how it's going to all work out on this map, where you can quite easily end up battling around the zone in the Shadow Realm, and that means that, for example, your opponent can't die, besides if the Cordelius takes him down, obviously, but he can capture the zone and stuff, so you can have some really tricky stuff happening. We'll see the B for the first pick for FUT Esports. I definitely don't mind it. It used to be a staple brawler of this map, not as much at the moment, but it's definitely still solid and also very tank aware, which is also something you want when you're facing Reply Totem. I'll have the Penny as well, which will fill in a good role, especially if you manage to get that mortar up on the side and just harass your opposition. It might force in some picks as well. Maybe a potential thrower, which is not really what you'd ideally want, or even a Mystery P to try to take care of those mortars. I would say the standard here to do that would be the Squeak, but obviously FUT Esports one step ahead banned that out already.
Well, we saw this earlier today, but Esports didn't pick up Cordelius, and then Jesse to follow. And actually, don't joke about that, Jesse. I know you hate it, Teddy. It's actually pretty good on Julian Beals here. I think this Cordelius is the one that's going to have to carry, but I think Esports will probably bring in a Sam here, right? I mean, it'd be right up their street, and to be overpowering this Jesse with, they're going to have a tanky or something up their sleeve here. I mean, B is a great thing to have, you know, especially as that mid, but as well, lane side as well, even as well. I've got to feel like it's Sam or something tanky to overthrow this Jesse. It's body, okay, different ideas then, but nonetheless, a great brawler to have, even at this late stage. It's normally picked up as the first pick, I'll be honest. But I just worry a bit for that Cordelius on this particular map. It could prove nasty, but again, we've seen them playing with it, you know, last week in the Brawl Esports, seen in the Snapdragon Pro Series. If there's any team that know how to go up against the Cordelius, it's going to be FUT, because they played it so wondrously well. This Jesse pick, though, okay, it's an interesting one. It can provide so much value in dueling beetles, but if deprived of positioning power and not given the opening, not given the look in to be able to earn that turret, it can be a bit of a loose pair of hands.
All right, let's see how those drafts work out as we hop into game. Maru taking a good chunk of damage, and I mean, he took damage from everyone there across the board. Ends up going down early on, and FUT Esports are in a good position. And now with a jump in, not really the best jump I've seen in my career, but it happens. It happens. Still, nevertheless, I mean, FUT Esports have a 25% lead, so can't really criticize them too much either.
Look at the way that everyone on FUT is prioritizing the Cordelius, and that is how you've got to play up against it. You've got to have everyone come together to realize the threat at hand and just how much you can cycle unless you shut it down early. 40% of time spent on the mid, almost for FUT. But now Totem are recollecting themselves, and turret in a great spot from Maori. But it's actually found the angle, like now that top left-hand side has found the angle for it. I mean, know what can happen if you leave a B on that turret. It's it can last a while, right? So you do need the helping hand of your teammates to get that taken down swiftly.
FUT Esports back in the lead, but not by much. And actually, Totem now able to overtake them once again. Joker not committing to that fight against Lena, interestingly enough. Rather playing it safe and trying to capture the objective. We saw in their previous matchups that Reply Totem love just playing the objective, not care about the kills, not care about the show, only here for the results. But it is an awfully close game here for both sides. It's got to be an uneasy situation to jump in, but again, Lena gets out of there without a single kill, without dealing all that much damage either. And Reply Totem might just steal that game away.
I'm sorry, but Lenan in the Shadow Realm was disgusting. He landed every single tap. He went down in the end, but thoroughly deserved to realistically get the takedown. Now FUT have got a bit of time, but not much to decide. 8% is all Reply Totem needs to be able to get this first game in the bag. But FUT are holding on, creeping up. Marius in the zone, but when he goes down, 600 HP, he does, leaving Duration Lenan to be able to pick it up, and surely now take the game. Stolen, absolute.
Right now, to be honest, I kind of agree when you say that FUT are the best they've ever been. Right now, I'm with you, Art. They're looking formidable.
Look at this takedown. Look how quickly that happened. 3 versus 1, and we've barely started the match. FUT starting off as much as they did in the first game, just really prioritizing the threats at hand. But now with the speed zone coming back for Reply Totem, a chance to contest the mid. They've got to have that maneuverability plus that speed gear as well to really maximize their chances of juking these shots. But in the meanwhile, FUT have got 30% on the zone. That's a good way to start. Great connecting slows as well. And Reply Totem they don't have an answer. No answer at all.
Yeah, do you know who I blame, Ark?
Me?
I blame Jesse. No, I blame Jesse. I blame Jesse. Wholeheartedly blame Jesse here. Now, for real though, it's not over just yet. Previous game was incredibly close. Just need to focus up a little bit. It's going to be the easiest thing to do here, as FUT are the ones dictating the pace so far. Maru was a nice pickup though. He's going to have to be careful as he's in a bit of a crossfire, but is able to get out of there and start healing back up just a little bit. Totem catching up percentage-wise as well. A nice pickup from Mari onto Semantic. That mortar is not going to be lasting for very long there. And slowly but surely, Reply Totem are on FUT Esports' trail. About to catch up, and suddenly it's Reply Totem in the driver's seat once more.
Yeah, I'm glad to see the synergy though when Semantic is needed to get the turret with Drage. They are together doing that, but in the meanwhile, it is now 80% and it's a 2 versus 1. Was a 3 versus 1. I mean, it's just something that Reply Totem now have got control over, and it's going to take immediate takedowns from FUT to be able to stop this happening. It's going to be a game going the way of Reply Totem and Faraday.
And then they start.
You've never doubted the Jesse, mate. You've always been on side with the Jesse. Nah, don't talk yourself down. Don't talk yourself down, mate.
Absolutely. All right, game 3, and Reply Totem still trying to lock in a set, as FUT Esports seemed for a little bit like they might be running away with it. Again, the early game looking better for FUT Esports, with a little bit of a lead percentage-wise, and also getting that opening kill. Another follow-up there onto Maru, and he's not had the best time on Cordelia so far, to be honest. I feel like I would expect a little bit more from such a high impact pick, but it's also not the easiest to play, especially if you don't manage to chain that super very nicely. He only unlocked it now, I believe, for the first time, and that's not easy.
Gotta say, I love that from Lena. I was thinking it the whole time, thinking it's not a bad time to make a jump now and just get rid of this Jesse threat, and it has brought a nice open door here for FUT as they approach about 40%. Reply Totem starting to build back that deficit though, however, and now it's level apiece. Mari going in, not got super yet though. Now he has with 75 HP. He's actually going to go for it, pick up the mushrooms along the way as well, and that will help massively so in this interaction. 4 HP as quickly as that. But what will the response be from FUT? The turret now taken care of as well, and that's utility, exacerbated down. 70% now for Reply Totem. This could be a set inbound here unless FUT respond.
Yeah, they have the player advantage though, and Joker is going to tank that mortar shot as well. Joker 1 HP eventually goes down. Mari also goes down. Only Mari left alive. If he can go to the Shadow Realm, that would be a good moment to do so. Unfortunately for him, he goes down. And Reply Totem, even though they are still ahead, they need those kills. Well, they'll get a 2-piece, and that should pretty much settle it here. Hot Zone goes to Reply Totem.
But not, now that I'm actually looking at it closely, just spending more time on the objective. And ultimately, that is where things are won and lost. We've seen that all day long from them as well, especially in Heist. They're just cycling themselves in time and time again. As you put it, just conceding the deaths to capture the objective. And that's what makes them so scary going into this next set. And FUT, who have the lead now, brought down a peg. Bans are in. Interesting, I saw an Otis ban there as well. It's the first draft coming from Reply Totem being the body. Anita and Shelly, Cordelius, Barley, and Shelly banned out by FUT. And of course, not going to be going into Heist next. So a good first pick for Joker then of the body. Rico, though, coming in for FUT. I mean, I love it on pit stop. I absolutely do. But there's still a lot of draft to go through. And if they start to break open the map, that's my only concern. But Spike as well, solid having to have on defense. Back to Reply Totem, and we know that they're likely to bring in a tank here, Teddy, hence the Spike pick. El Primo is pretty much up there, and Sam, these are all brawlers which they could definitely be thinking.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you, and I'm kind of hoping that we get maybe even both of those brawlers coming into this draft. We'll see a Willow come up. Okay, I don't mind that either. I still want a tank though. I still want some tanks. I want some fun. Edgar, it's not a tank, but I mean, I consider Edgar as fun, as long as, you know, I don't have him in my team in Team PL or ladder.
Surprised with the first pick Rico that actually, yes, so Sam coming with the third, nice stuff. I'm surprised they didn't ban out the Edgar if they were going to be first picking Rico. You know, this is one of those brawlers which is the most susceptible to it. Sure, you got Bounce Castle, you know, gadget to be able to heal yourself back up quickly. But is that going to be enough? The Willow here, I've seen, it's obviously pit stop, but Willow on pit stop, you know, I've seen great things, in fact, phenomenal things done, but mostly by Navi. You know, I've yet to really kind of see a team make Willow work as well as they do to deflate pressure upon the high safe. So I'm looking for that today from Reply Totem to see how they really make that Willow pick, provide the value that it really deserves. And ultimately, again, you know, Sam going to be a prime target for it. Let's see, as both teams go in, how they're going to handle this first lines of aggression.
Well, for Maru, not that well, it seems like, as he gets pinched between Drage and Lena and absolutely melted down. Lena gets to follow up as well, and this is going to be a massive amount of damage coming through on that safe. Lena doing an amazing job at just building up that nice and early lead. It's not over just yet, of course, and Reply Totem aren't that far behind, but they're still behind for now.
Rage tapping up Maru, deciding to leave. Oh, he gets the kill along the way. That will help out, but Joker is on the save. In the meanwhile, they're pushing down towards the Reply Totems, and now the damage starts to rain in as quickly as that. The multi-ball launch from the Rico. He's running multi-ball launch, yeah, on the Rico. He's not running the Bouncy Castle.
Fair enough.
He's not really caring about healing.
Yeah, I'd seen something on like that on Twitter, and honestly, it makes sense, right? Like, what is he going to be healing from, really? There's no real reason for him to prioritize that. That's really interesting. I hadn't really thought of that until now, to be honest, but now there's a chance maybe even to have a spike on safe. Never mind. He tried to heal up with fertilizer, but that wasn't quite enough. Instead, Lena is left there in an awkward spot. Not sure if he wants to defend or offend. And it seems like Maru should be taken care with, even though he did manage to deal a good bit of damage on safe.
Good stuff from Reply Totem to start things off. Joker back on defense. Now they're just healing up, and now everyone comes in. Semantic's the first sign of super. And Drake's just trying to find the angle on the right-hand side, but it's a rare thing to see Reply Totem all this far pushed back in heist. And connects the super from Drake is devastating. Clears the trick on the right-hand side lane immediately. Long goes in, Semantic as well, trying to find a couple of shots, but it looks like it should be defended now. In the meanwhile, that wasn't as bad as it was looking to be. That could have been a one-push situation there for FUT.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think that was defended incredibly well by Reply Totem. Let's see if they can replicate that success. As for now, FUT are going to be committing a player to the push. Lena left back in defense. Can he take down Joker? Not for now, it seems like, but eventually he does. 36% left on their safe, though. So they're a little bit behind. And Semantic wasn't quite able to get nearly as much value on the safe on his own. A bit of a base race once more, and that's the sort of things you will have to be expecting when there's an Edgar in play.
Yeah, I think Semantic was looking for that popping pin cushion gadget connection, but didn't seem like from the scoreline that he was able to find it. He's got none left either now, so let's see. Lenan tries to get some value, but no gadget as well to be able to pull in the kills. In the meanwhile, though, he is pulling the kills in. He's got Maru. He also got Maru. Joker's the last one standing, who's going to be jumping in now. As this push coming in is going to be a good one here for FUT. There's the gadget from Drage. It brings it down to 20% with 6% remain. Lenan still my control value. That was what I was looking for. And that is being shown to be perfectly done by Reply Totem. That Brawl.
Beautifully done. And that takes us to game number 3 as our grand finals continue. And Lena not looking to slow down that aggression anytime soon. He makes it a 1-4-1, not something that FUT mind in that position. Even though it does mean that they won't be able to deal any damage on the safe just yet. Semantic is going to have to fall back and play it carefully here against Mari. And as he eventually gets stuck there, Semantic gets that final connection as he goes down. Joker and Maru dealing a good bit of damage on safe right now, and FUT don't really have an answer for it. They had a player on save, they have Lena down there, but is that going to be enough, as it took forever to take down Joker? Actually, they're not that far behind anymore, and Lena is still on the save. Maru can't really do anything unless he gets his super, and he didn't quite get it in time. However, the Edgar is coming up with a jump, and that should pretty much settle it if they can land it.
That was a dangerous base race to FUT. I'm not sure why they chose it realistically now, but they've got to defend this. There's no way about it. They committed to the idea. Maru's got jump. That is the dangerous thing. Joker goes down immediately to the popping pin cushion, and that is crucial. That is key. Now the body jump in. Maru's low, but Semantic with missed shots might be able to defend it. He's trying for it. He gets it. 3% remain. So 33%. Lanana's got to go in and go in right now. Land these shots. There is not much time for a response. If Semantic gets super as well, it will help out massively. But Joker pushing the left-hand side. He's going to be able to end this game soon. And I think FUT may be regressing that base race with no chance to realistically defend this now. It's in, it's done, and reply to it. Let's be honest. But as we go into our next match for Gem Grab, Double Swoosh, FUT Esports going to be drafting to keep the tournament lives in play here. Reply Totem drafting to get their first Grand Finals win of the year. And that'll be absolutely huge if they can just tie it up in this fourth set. No doubt about it, though, FUT will not be giving it to them on the plate. This is going to be a very, very important deciding draft for both of these two teams.
It's been an incredible grand final for what has been an incredibly monthly final. Incredible monthly final here in the EMEA. Our bans are going to be Mr. P, Squeak, and Gene for Reply Totem. FUT Esports also doubling down on that Squeak ban, but also going to be adding Cordelius and Shelly to the ban list. Reply Totem first picked Crow. FUT Esports followed up with Atara. So far, very familiar faces to Double Swoosh for sure. Let's see if they're looking to switch things up.
Let's go back to last year's brackets. It was July when Reply Totem got their first win of 2022. And after that, of course, it just went progressively better. And it was the Grand Finals against Tribe Gaming EU, which, of course, Drage had a great run with. So, certainly, very symbolic. And it was Reply Totem got the win 3-1 then. Will they make it a 3-1 win this year round to the day? Pro first pick for Reply Totem, the Double Swoosh. Tara, the Amber, I like a lot on both sides of things, but they are lacking an aggressor. Of course, FUT have the luxury of that third and final pick here, but I think in that same regard, something to be able to defend against possible tanks might not be a bad idea here. Surely FUT are thinking Sam or something along those lines, right? The Crow will be able to slow and the Stu will be able to dance around it, but not really the hardest of hitting DPS so far for Reply Totem.
Yeah, I agree with you. I wouldn't say it takes it out of the equation here. There's about 10 seconds left for that final pick for Reply Totem. It's going to be a Penny joining their ranks, which I'm not sure where it's going to be played. Maybe to play it against the Tara, and then you have the Stu on mid. I think that makes the most sense. They have 3 mid brawlers on Reply Totem, and it's something we've seen quite often on Double Swoosh. And in the draft strategy as well, it is genuinely like a part of the idea that they can mix it up if they need to, if they have a bad mid matchup, because right now there's no mid yet for FUT Esports. Oh, never mind. Well, I'm guessing they're going Tara mid then. This is interesting. So we have 3 mids for Reply Totem, and we have no mid for FUT Esports.
I think it's going to be a Stu mid for Reply Totem. I think Penny lane, but like at the same time, they didn't prepare for this Sam. As I was saying coming into it, it was just a glaringly obvious thing that FUT Esports will draft Sam in pretty much everywhere if you give them the opportunity to it. Okay, sure, Penny's got some knockback, got the salty barrel, but I mean, over time, Lanana's just going to pressurize, and once the utility goes down, the Crow slows it all out, and the speed zones, I imagine Reply Totem are running on this still going to be going on as well. I mean, Lanana should have free reign, so definitely a concerning moment for me, but let's see how Reply Totem will fare on it. There's already an early gadget there for Semantic on the left-hand side, speeding into that super that he'll gain over time. As Maru is looking for that Tara as well, and it's Tara mid. Interesting stuff.
So far, so good for Reply Totem. A little bit of an early gem lead. I'll be happy with that. FUT playing it passively. As Lena finally goes in, gets a pull onto Joker, but no follow-up sadly for him. And Joker gets away with his life, and the next gem that spawns, Semantic, will be looking to burn down parts of the map. Joker heals up. It's just about enough for him to survive. Would have gone down without the Gasso heal, so nicely done by him. And FUT still behind by 3 gems, but slowly building up some control. It will take a little bit before they're going to be as strong, because they are a bit more reliant on their supers. The tower pull, of course, but also the Antler super to burn down those bushes takes a bit longer to build up. So the setup time is just a little slower.
Well, with 7 gems in the pocket, Lena's trying to make a play. Maru's slow and he's down now. Quite a small barrel, bit of a waste. Lena's power as well, as quickly as that play. Utility gone down. And some gems in the pocket. 4 FUT, 7 apiece now. Look on the top though, there's also Maru lurking, or Maori rather, and Trace to be very careful. The slow is there as well. He is very susceptible in his position. Finally, Semantic comes into the play, or rather Semantic. Joker's depriving him of that particular tile at the moment. 8 gems to the 7, and FUT got that Taurus, and we know what that can achieve. If Trace times this right, this can turn very, very quickly.
Yeah, Joker gets burnt as well, which is a bit of a disaster for him, but with Drage being low HP, Joker is still able to have some sort of presence in the middle, and now him. That's all the gems as well. He gets knocked back, and that means that he gets away with those gems. Incredibly enough, it's going to be FUT Esports with the first countdown and 19 gems in their pocket. Right now, Reply Totem need a kill onto the null, but they aren't going to find him with this little time remaining. And
taking him back, they're never safe. And it just takes that one moment of him to close the gap, to gain the value. That's why sometimes I'm against the sound pick on the side of FUT. Simply because if a team are just constantly shutting it down, it does nothing. But if they are just weak for a shallow moment, it's everything. Let's see whether Reply Totem will learn from that mistake, or whether FUT will make this set a much more convincing one. It's an important time to get a game on the board, no doubt about it. And this could be the turning point. 3 gems for Drake, and a takedown there to bring 5 to his pocket. That's a great start for FUT.
Yeah, fantastic start for FUT. 6 gems ahead and no map control for Reply Totem. I mean, FUT couldn't really ask for much more right now. Eventually, the kills come through, and Reply Totem win both the left and the right lane. But in the meantime, Trey just built the gem economy of FUT Esports all the way to 8 gems.
And it's creeping around, gets the speed zone taken care of as well, healing up along the way. Might get Maru and the turret as well for his time yet again. Gets the turret, Maru surviving on 30 HP, and now the bird from the right hand side from Semantic's going to keep Joker low as well. It's 2 versus 2, but nonetheless, Semantic with these shots, it's really helping Drake survive on double ball question mark. No, jumping from Maru, survives, so and the countdown. How did Totem not get that kill?
That is a tough one here for Reply Totem, and the wiggles and dashes from Joker are not going to save him from going down. FUT Esports will take gem grab and will take us to a 5th and final set.
It has to be decided there. It simply has to, you know? In this particular matchup with 2 teams that have both been fighting for the first grand final win of the year, you know, it has to be decided there. So close, so little in it. And great place. Someone quickly just check on Maori for me, please. Since set 1, he's looked like he's struggling.
A little bit.
Bless him.
A little bit.
Bless him.
Bells Rock Art.
5th and final set. Bells Rock, yeah, exactly. What are your thoughts, Teddy?
That's going to be an exciting one to end it through. Honestly, I didn't like Knockout when it first released. But slowly but surely, it's become one of my favorite game modes to watch. It just gets so intense towards the end games, you know, at the end of games. I just explained what end game means, but at the end of rounds, it gets so exciting, so much of a team fight, you know, less 1v1s separated across the map. And I'm looking forward to it, as both teams have showed that they are in absolute top shape today. Stats-wise here for a previous set, it's super even. As always, super even. This time around, actually, it's Reply Totem that has more kills, and I believe more damage as well. Yeah, quite a bit more damage. And yet, FUT Esports are the ones that brought it home. 5th set. Who's it gonna be? If you had to predict again, would you stick with FUT Esports?
I think I would, yeah. I think I would. I mean, I think it's going to come down to ultimately whichever side have the better run in Bell's Rock. And that's a tough question to ask. I was going to put it to you, actually, and see what your thoughts were as to whether this favors one of these two sides. I mean, it's such a tough one to call. I don't think I've changed my prediction, but I praise the way that FUT have been able to bring this one back around, because Reply Totem were really keeping them under pressure. And of course, there's going to be Knockout, Multiple Swoosh, Vans, Cordelis, Max, and Bonnie, Gus, Shelly, and Tick on the side of FUT Esports. An incredibly important time to get this right. Just a reminder as well, these stats will come from the qualifying stages of every team competing within the EMEA region on a global scale. So that is worth bearing in mind, that it won't be a true reflection necessarily as to how things will play out before us. So the RT comes in swiftly for Joker.
Yeah, I also want to point out, I mean, Fang having an 82 win rate is probably because he wasn't played the most either. You know what I mean? Like, I doubt he's actually the best brawler for Bell's Rock. But I mean, you know, in the right hands though, it can be an absolute threat. And we saw some Fang earlier today, played wonderfully by Lena actually. So maybe we'll see it again. Brock is going to be their first pick on the side of FUT Esports, bringing in the free wall breaks as well as just a ton of damage and overall utility. So I really don't mind that. Squeak for a bit more of a control-based approach, slow down certain areas of the map and remove some chokeholds. Let's see if they can do that nicely here, as Reply Totem have 2 picks in a row now to iron out any problems that FUT brought with their picks.
Oh, great coming in from Reply Totem. It's a good map for it, very solid on Bell's Rock. I do like the Brock starting hand. Bell always going to have a good run on this map. But have got the final say, however. And Sprout still available, the Tick being banned. Or Grom even would be great for them to pick up here. Let's see, though, how they want to approach this. And they are the aggressive team. I don't know whether this is the time to be aggressive. Sprout, that's exactly what I'm hoping for. I think, you know, to see a sound there may have been a concerning moment for me, but I feel like you can afford to go Sprout when you can see the big picture. And clearly the grey is the concern a little bit here for them, so they have to be, you know, very mindful of that. But I think once you've got that third and final pick and you can see the entirety of the comp you're facing up against, a Sprout is always a pretty safe one to be able to go up against when you know that you're in for a pretty decent matchup.
Yeah, I think Grey is going to be a little bit of a problem still for the Sprout, as if he TP's in, it's over for the Sprout unless you have a wall available and place it pixel perfectly. It's a bit scary, so I don't know what you think of that interaction. We'll see if Joker gets the opportunity here to punish that Sprout pick, or if Lena will be able to shine like usual.
Yeah, it's certainly potentially decided there, isn't it? Maru on the left-hand side, though, low as a result of these taps from Semantic and the Nun coming in to helping hand the situation. But I feel like FUT have got a great comp. On Brawl, they've already shown today a great amount of pressure with, you know, Drake back on the Squeak, Semantic back on the Brock. These are safe ideas that have worked, tried and tested. And Joker pushed out of position. Disastrous for him, but the shots don't quite land the mark. And don't really even take him below half HP. And meanwhile, another wall forced over Maori, but the follow-up, it's not quite there for FUT.
It was a beautiful attempt. I love it. Just pushing him into that Brock super. They've definitely practiced this before, but it wasn't quite meant to be this time around. Rage in a bit of an aggressive position here. Gonna get pulled by the Grey. Joker picks up the kill. The 9 a 1v2 now. And that's gonna be a tough one for him to pick up, especially against one of his counters. And the gas is gonna be what settles it here as he goes down and Reply Totem pick up the first round.
Programming error.
Tough scenario. That should have gone the way of FUT really, but they just didn't quite manage to keep their positioning, and that's what came back to prove costly. All the whole way through the game, they pretty much had the advantage, both in positions and into HP, and hits landed, but just that little moment of weakness. Maru very low here. And Nan trying to find the ricochet off the wall, and Rocket Rain from Semantic will keep Maru low again. But again, survivability of Reply Totem is still there. Joker, considering the TP there, chose better of it. Pretty much back to drawing board as both teams struggle to find the utility, but Joker goes in and super aggressive, finds Semantic. Drake could be next on the menu. He is!
Seems like everyone might be on the menu here. Lenin walled in. Not sure what his best play is here, because hitting every single shot until Murray goes down is not going to be happening. And eventually Murray just pumps his super.
Quite as well as they need to. They can't be leaving Lenin into those final interactions. It's never going to be, unless you get like a real champion moment, you know, champion play with a Sprout. It's going to always be tough to win it. On this left-hand side, it's always action. Joker and Maru very low a lot of the time, but they keep surviving, and that is the name of the game in Knockout. You go down instantly, it's a problematic situation for your team. And FUT needs to start to make this early 3 versus 2. Drage low as well, just survives on, and as I'm saying it, I'm getting worried.
Yeah, that was a magnificent pull from Joker, though. Across the map there onto Drage, nearly taking Drage down with it, too. And not quite that time around. Drage, again, quite low. A wall placed down by Lenin. The pull will connect there, and that's going to remove some of the wall opportunities. The TP from Joker is going to certainly remove wall opportunities for now, and Semantic left in a 1 versus 3. This is getting closer and closer towards the end of FUT's journey here, unless they're able to win both next rounds, because Reply Totem now are literally just 1 away.
He used the gadget as well towards the end. It may or may not matter. All we know for certain is that FUT have got to get around on the board. It's as simple as that. Mari as well, I think, got some more gadgets to hand. Used one in the previous game to get the kill. And Joker goes in and Drake, and he'll secure it immediately. Returned by Semantic, 2 versus 2. It's not over yet. Maru have been taking a shot there as well, and a wall to hand from Lenin, but this is not the position that FUT want to find themselves in. 1 round away, I'll reply Totem from taking this monthly final.
Important moment here. Reply Totem. They could lock in their first monthly final win, but for the Esports, they managed to bring it back to a 2-on-2. Mari is low. Mari is still standing, though. Eventually does fall. It's a 1-on-1. Maru, he finds the final connection, and that's going to be it. Reply Totem are your July EMEA monthly finals winners.
It wasn't to be in February or June for Reply Totem, but it's 3rd time fortunate as they land it in July. And pretty much this exact month last year was when they found their first in 2022. For Drage and FUT, it would have been their first monthly finals win of the year as well. It wasn't to be, but it went the whole distance, as we'd only want it to be.